fumble. This is my baby boy. Yeah. And he wants my yogurt bowl, but he isn't having it. Yeah, welcome to my channel. That is such a weird sentence to say. I've been wanting to make a channel for ages now, but I've just been scared of what people are gonna think of me, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But I was like, you know what? If it's gonna help people, I'm gonna do it. You know, if people want to judge me for trying to help others in recovery, go for it. Do your thing. And I'm gonna do mine. You may know me from Instagram or TikTok. I have a recovery account with the same name on there. But if not, I'm Eloise. I'm 17 years old and I'm in recovery from anorexia. And 2 days ago, I hit the 1 year mark of recovery, which is so crazy, but amazing. I've got my snack, so if you want to eat with me, go and grab yours. I've kind of ruined it now. It was aesthetic, but now it's just a bit, yeah. I've got granola with yogurt and peanut butter and blueberries. So today I thought we could have a chat about my tips for starting recovery, or even just my tips for recovery in general. Be chatting a bit about my experiences and stuff. So my first tip would be delete the calorie counter. Calorie counting, nah, not it. Like, honestly, that was one of the hardest habits that I had to break in my recovery. But I'm telling you, once you do it, it's almost like everything changes. And I know that's such a scary step to take. And my best advice for deleting the calorie counter is, it sounds so simple, I'm aware it's not, but just do it. And if you can't bring yourself to do it, get someone else to do it for you. And obviously, mentally, you're still going to be counting the calories for a bit, but eventually, it takes time, they will start to fade and you will lose the memory of them. When you're stopping calorie counting and you find yourself adding up in your brain, just try and distract yourself. Again, easier said than done, but you cannot recover whilst engaging in disordered behaviours. It's not possible. So that also means throwing out the food scales to weigh yourself on, and only doing it when professionals say that you need to be doing it to make sure that, you know, your weight's going up and stuff. Any disordered behaviour that you engage in, whether it be body checking, anything, try your best to stop, because you cannot recover whilst engaging in disordered behaviours. And I cannot say that enough. Elite combo, and it's the naked peanut granola with peanut butter as well, because we don't fear nuts around here. We do not fear peanut butter or peanuts. My next tip would be, if you're not already with a professional support system, definitely reach out to one. So I went into a day unit exactly a year ago, 2 days ago, which is crazy to me. And although it was very traumatic and the hardest thing I've ever had to do, it got me on the road to proper recovery, and I couldn't recommend something like that enough. Like, it was worth it. It was worth the pain, because it's got me to where I am now. Because for so long I was stuck in quasi-recovery, whether it be mind or beat. There's just like some kind of individual ones that will run in your area. Yeah, just do research and reach out for help, because you're not alone. But trust me, recovery is a difficult process. It's going to make it a lot easier if you do have a good support system with professional help as well. The third thing is, it's very important to reach out for help around you as well. And for those of you who followed my TikTok from the beginning of my recovery, really, you will probably know my mum, my lovely gorgeous mum. I used to film what I ate in a days for her, and one of the videos got 2.5 million views, and which is crazy. Anyway, my beautiful mum has been so helpful. Reach out for help, whether it be from a friend, from parent, carer, anything. Just share how you're feeling. Got my last bite. so good. If you're thinking, I want to start recovery but I'm too scared, like, I can't do it, I'm not sick enough. If your eating disorder is stopping you because it makes you feel like you need to reach a new goal, you will never feel sick enough. Swear on my life, you will never feel sick enough. Each time that you reach a goal that anorexia sets you, or your eating disorder sets you, it will keep pushing it further. For example, I was referred to a unit because that's what I wanted, and then I got a phone call saying that, okay, tomorrow you're coming to the unit in London, because I thought that was the kind of validation and motivation that I needed. It came to it, I was like, no, I can't go, I'm not doing that, no way, I cannot do that. So I persuaded them. Guess what? Anorexia still wasn't happy, still wasn't appeased. I wasn't sick enough still. I was literally on my deathbed, still wasn't sick enough. You won't be sick enough for the eating disorder until you die. That's the only way that the eating disorder will be appeased, and that is a terrifying thought. So I'm telling you now, you are sick enough. The fact that you think you're not sick enough already tells me that you are sick enough. So if you're waiting for the right time to recover, now do it. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I swear, I know how scary it is, but not one single person regrets recovery. I can promise you that. What other tips have I got? Anyway, my next tip is trust. It is so important to trust in the people around you. For example, my mum. We would constantly be having fights in the kitchen, not physical, about whether she was putting oil in the pan. It is so important to trust in the people around you because they are just trying to help you. If this was an issue, I'd constantly be going into the kitchen and looking at what my mum was cooking, and that was obviously just a form of control. Try to avoid doing those kind of behaviours, because when it feels wrong, it's actually right. You should always do opposite actions. So what the eating disorder is telling you not to do, go ahead and do it. Going against the eating disorder is gonna make you stronger and push the eating disorder away further. For example, my brain was like, do you really need the peanut butter on your yogurt bowl? So I was like, okay, let's put peanut butter on my yogurt bowl. It's a very exhausting method, I suppose, but it works. I promise you it works. Another extremely important one that affected me a lot in the early stages of my recovery, I was only sticking to my safe foods. That is still a form of quasi-recovery. My safe foods and sticking to them held me back a lot in my recovery, and I would always be choosing the easiest option. Believe me when I tell you that the scariest option is the one that's going to free you the most. Next, challenging fear foods. I truly believe that you cannot make a full recovery if you don't challenge your fear foods. But like with any fear, for example, say you have a fear of the ocean. If you know me, I most certainly do not. You can probably see the pictures on my wall. I'm obsessed with the ocean. That's just an example. Sorry, I will go off on a tangent there. If you're scared of the ocean, the only way to get over that fear is by gradually, step by step, building it up, going in further, and just going straight in and facing your fear, and that's the only way that you're going to overcome that fear. And that's the same with fear foods. What I would recommend is make a fear food jar, pick out as many as you can manage. To start with, pick maybe 2 or 3 per week and then build it up. When I was quite far into my recovery, I'll be challenging multiple fear foods every day and nothing bad happened. Write down all your fear foods, put them in a jar, pick one out as often throughout the week as you feel is manageable. And I promise it does get easier, because, for example, I used to be terrified of pasta and now I eat it multiple times a week without giving it a second thought. So it really does get easier, I can promise you that. Bloating. If you are quite far into the recovery process, you may know about this wonderful thing. I mean, not everyone gets it, but for me, I bloated a lot, and that is completely okay. I still bloat now, but like, it was pretty extreme. So I would recommend a water bottle, putting it on your stomach, having baths, having green ginger peppermint teas. We also had this kind of supplement peppermint oil thing to try and reduce the bloating. And just be patient, alright? I promise. I know it feels like oh my god, all of this fat has gone to my stomach and stuff, which if that was the case it'd be fine, but that's not the case. It's just your body getting used to the larger amounts of food that you are consuming compared to when you were restricting, and so it's going to be different. Once you get used to that amount of food, the bloating will go down and it will ease, and it's not permanent, I can promise you that. But it did make recovery very hard for me, but I can promise you that it will pass, but as long as you stay consistent with your fueling. The last one is extreme and mental hunger. It is so important to honour all of your hunger that you get in your recovery, because it is there for a reason. When your body is deprived of something, for example, say you're like super thirsty and you haven't drank all day. When you go to drink, you're not just going to have one sip and put the bottle down and be like, okay, yeah, that's enough. No, you're probably going to chug the whole bottle because you've deprived your body of it. But obviously with an eating disorder, if it's a restrictive one, deprived your body of food for days, weeks, months, anything. So when you start eating, your body's going to want it all. But once it gets used to the food and you fuel consistently, and it realizes, okay, food isn't sparse, he's given me food now, the hunger will slow down. It's just about your body earning your trust back. As for mental hunger, I struggle with that a lot. Sometimes I still do. So if you're kind of far into the recovery process and you're thinking, well, I still have it, same. But we still need to honour it. So mental hunger is basically the same as physical hunger, but in a different form. So when your body is kind of malnourished, it wants to save energy. So instead of sending you a physical hunger cue, it will send you a mental one. So it's still very important to honour it. So yeah, honour all your hunger basically. These are just a few ones that I had off the top of my head. I can do loads more videos like this. Please let me know if this was helpful, and if you have any more video suggestions, please let me know. This has been so fun. Like, I don't know why I haven't done this sooner, because it's just because of fear of judgment, but if it helps you, I'll do anything. Anyway, I really hope that this channel becomes a bit of a safe space, and I really hope that, yeah, you like this video, and I hope that you like the videos to come. This is actually so crazy for me, like a good crazy. For those of you who have been supporting me in my journey, thank you, I love you endlessly. And for those of you who are new, thank you for watching this video, and yeah, I'm proud of you all. Keep going, keep pushing, you've got this.